Hello, hello, hello! Good day, everyone. I'm Shiro Tamaya, your resident Coyote Phantom Thief, at your service. And I am here, finally, again, with more Out of the Ocean after one scuffed stream. We're good. We're good, I think. So, I think the problem here, I think the problem that I had was due to the fact that I made these rooms under my old network. So I'm gonna have to delete the old rooms to get it to work correctly. So you're gonna see the old streams disappear for like a second after this stream is done, and I'm gonna remake them while I'm on this network. Because for some reason, I think the encoding just gets messed up or whatever. Because it's thinking it's on this one network, but it's not, so it gets confused, and then it encodes shit wrong, and I don't know. I'm having a fun time trying to figure out technology. But hello Fresh and hello TJ, thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome, welcome, hope you're doing well. And from earlier, thank you so much for the dono to my Demon Lord cover, Fresh. Arigato. But yeah, I think honestly the numbers were looking really bad, so you know, I want to fix it. I'm gonna fix the other rooms too, so because I think they're all just kind of fucked right now. But hey, we're learning and we're fixing things as we learn. Also, hello Stolf, thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome, welcome, hope you're doing well. Out of the ocean and into the fire. Yeah. Oh god. But yes, I don't know what's wrong with the sponsor alert. It's appearing as this. Can't log in. Can't do anything about that, so you know. They're just gonna be gone for a little bit. I'm so sorry about that once again. I thought we fixed it and now it's broken again. I will report that to the Velo, to Asif and Shavir, so they can fix it. Oh god, I love technology. Anyways, last time we did Misazu's route, and this time should be our finale. We're gonna be doing Narine's route. We didn't really explore many of Narine's options, so I'm very interested to see what it's going to be like. How hot has it been for you all the past 2 days? It's been 97 and 92 for me. Ah, yes, for people in the States, we had like a 3-day heat wave. It's real awful. I don't know if the rest of the world's having the heat wave as well, but hey, yeah, it's been hot and humid, real humid. My god. I'm trying to stay indoors as much as I humanly can. Let me grab a water real quick though, and then we'll get right into it. Oh, no. My water bottle almost fell. Alrighty. That's like a normal day where I live. 2024 summer was already incredibly bad where I live. Oof. I hate the heat. It's so bad. I'd rather freeze than be hot. Alrighty, let me start the game. Okay. We're gonna be skipping through text again, so prepare yourselves. Okay. I'm trying to do volume adjustments too while I do this. I love skipping through text violently. Okay. Shiro has unlocked the power of Made in Heaven and is now accelerating through time. I'm indeed accelerating through time. A part of me wants to. Oh. She is very pretty. I can't say I'm really opposed to the idea. Oh, I never really finished this section, but I don't want to force myself on her. I need to try and calm down. Maybe dunking my head in a bucket of icy water would do the trick? Unfortunately, there's no icy water to hand. I just need to try and get my act together. Breathe in, then out. I'm trying to be calm about this, but that's kind of hard when our mouths are only centimeters apart. Why did I lean so close towards her anyway? What if she thinks I'm some sort of weirdo? I draw away from the mermaid sharply, my face on fire. And now we can skip again. And cute CGs. Cute CGs all around. I love skipping through time. I'm glad I made a new friend. I'd still like to make some new friends. No, I'm glad I made a new friend. Well, if all else fails and I can't make a single friend, I'll at least have her. Maybe I'm not as hopeless as I feared. No matter how crazy everything around me has become. Ah. So that's the interesting. By the way, I wasn't able to say this explicitly earlier, but I also hope you stay safe from the heat. Thank you, thank you. I shall. Yeah. Also, I think from now on, I'm also going to be enabling the playback function on my streams, just as a precautionary thing to hopefully deal with latency, maybe. Because I don't know if it'll help or not, but... Alrighty. You want to feel them? Oh, right. I'm good. Actually, I'm good. Misuzu, this time I'm gonna stay 50 feet away from you.
Oh, no, I think I'm good.
I think that'd be a little too intimate for me. I find it hard enough to hold conversations with people without getting all touchy-feely in the bargain. Feeling into the bargain. Holding Misuzu's elegant hands would be no good for my heart. Fortunately, Misuzu doesn't seem perturbed by this. She giggles, then says,
Well, alright then. Do you still want to eat with me though, Asuka? Well, of course. Good. Feel free to scoot your chair up next to mine then.
I obey Misuzu meekly, and she smiles.
Now, this is cozy. It's nice to eat with somebody else. Even if you didn't want to reap the benefits of my soothing touch. You know, my grandfather always used to ask me to massage his shoulders. He said my hands were soothing. And though it may not look like it, I have quite the firm grip.
Misuzu flexes the non-existent muscles of her right arm, then giggles. I, meanwhile, examine her curiously. She might look like a young lady, and she speaks like one too, but she isn't at all snobbish. I'm glad she's being so kind, but that comment about her grandfather makes me wonder, especially since she said it in the past tense. I don't want to pry. Yes. And then we pried. Let's see. Your family rich? And then tell her to cheer up. We didn't do this last time. Okay. That might seem a little dismissive though. Oh. I don't want to disregard Misuzu's feelings. It makes perfect sense if she's upset. I'd probably be upset too if I were in her shoes. I just wish there was something I could do for her.
Well, never mind. I did not begin this diatribe so I could complain about how my classmates have been treating me. That would be rather unfair. When they have only ever been kind. I only meant to say, instead, that I am glad that you showed any interest in my family's circumstances. It was very sweet of you.
Right. Well...
Ah, and now I can skip again. Should I cancel my plans with Misuzu? Okay. I was able to make a friend today. And then we get caught! For the third time! Or fourth time? What time? How many times has it been that we've been caught with Nerine now? I just wanted to help her out. Even so, you should worry about... Well, maybe we should try a bit. Okay, we're gonna test her terrible cooking now.
Well, alright, you raise a good point. I don't want to turn my nose up at Narine's hard work. It does seem a bit mean.
I think we should be more appreciative, yes. I very much doubt that Nerine will have served us anything dangerous. And I do not want to let food go to waste.
I concur. I'll try a bite, although I have a few doubts. Aunt Shoko sniffs, then pokes at her food hesitantly, in a rather unlike herself. I know the inn means a lot to you. And then we keep going. It's fine, letting you stay here was my decision.
Even so, I still decided to let you stay here. You're my responsibility, so I've got to look after you. Isn't that right, Aunt Shoko?
Yes, indeed. I can see that Kikuko has raised you well. I am very gratified that you have become such a conscientious young woman, Asuka. I did worry when I first met Nerine that you would not do your due diligence and would not look after her as you ought. But I can see that my concerns were for nothing. You're being a very gracious hostess. But more importantly than that, I think you're being a wonderful friend.
Hey, we're being good. And we're trying to romance a fish. Is Misuzu meant to be my... I prefer it if Nerine was this friendly to me. Wow. Let's try this. Isn't Nerine supposed to be my BFF? Where does she get off acting so friendly to Misuzu when she's only met her once? Jesus, Asuka. Holy crap. You've also just met Nerine. What are you talking about? I've gotten so used to chatting to Nerine in the bathroom. It feels kind of weird seeing her get along so well with another girl. Dear God, Asuka, calm down. Speaking of, was there not a route where Misuzu and Nerine end up together, or was that just my imagination? They do the only route I believe they would get together is the poly route. Because polycules are great. But I probably should have expected this. Narine's naturally outgoing, and she's been cramped up in that bathtub all week. Ah. It makes sense that now she's going to the town, she'd want to make the most of it. And now, this time, we look at Nerine. I glanced curiously in Narine's direction, and...
This is so cold. It feels like my brain has frozen into a block. I've never eaten anything like it before. What's going on? Is this some sort of defense mechanism?
Oh, she's been working her way through a pretty decadent ice cream sundae, and it looks like she's having a pretty intense effect. She must have a serious case of brain freeze because she's shaking.
Well, this is a precious sight too. It's cute, though I'll have to tell her to be careful in the future. I do care about Nerine, even if the cover story I spun Marina was a load of lies, and I'd rather her end this day on a high note. All I want, really, is for her to be happy. That's why I agreed to go on this trip in the first place. That's enough to make this day spent wandering among Omorishima's shops worthwhile. Aww, very cute. Despite all the really possessive shit you said earlier, like holy crap. I guess it's fine. I frown. Let her kiss you. just enjoy. I'm sure Nerine will love your cookies.
I think Nerine would love to try your cookies too. She has a real sweet tooth.
Is it just me, or does my laughter sound kind of awkward? I was just trying to lighten the mood, but I'm starting to think about that kiss Nerine and I shared again. It doesn't seem to matter what I do, I can't erase Nerine from my mind. I feel my face starting to flush while Misuzu looks at me curiously. She blinks, her brow furrowed as she says,
Asuka, is something wrong?
Am I really that easy to read? Don't answer that. I'm afraid my every single feeling must be showing on my face, plain as day. Hell, I'm so transparent. I'm starting to worry Misuzu can peer past my face and into all of my thoughts. There's no way she could know about that kiss between Nerine and I, but I find myself glancing away regardless. Abashed, I scratch my cheek then mumble,
It's nothing, really. Don't mind me. It doesn't matter.
Are you sure? It looks like something is weighing on you.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm just remembering something funny Nerine said to me is all. But never mind her.
I declare, like I wasn't the one who brought Nerine up in the first place. Why am I such a dummy?
She isn't here right now. It's just you and me, so, let's do this?
Let's bake! And we make good cookies. Maybe that's not such a bad idea. Wahoo. Asuka keeping the knowledge of the ritual away from Nerine so that she can keep having her fins and Asuka can keep her trapped in a oh, Jesus Christ. That's horrifying.
Well, Misuzu would appreciate the gesture. They do say that it's the thought that counts.
I know, right? And then she bakes the cookies. Oh. Like Misuzu. Oh, here. I still don't know why exactly Nerine decided to come to Omonishima. She always clams up whenever I broach the topic, but I'm glad she's here regardless. Like Misuzu, I consider her a close friend. Or maybe something more. I can't deny when I'm with Nerine, my heart tends to spike. All the more when she forgoes the concept of personal space. She does that a lot. To brush croquette crumbs from my lips or play with my hair. Jesus Christ, why did that make me stumble? Nerine doesn't seem to see anything wrong with holding my hands when she's particularly excited, and she's pulled me into hugs on more than one occasion. I like being with Nerine, but I'm starting to worry whether I like being with her a bit too much. Also, hello Azul, thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome, welcome! Hope you're doing well. It is indeed cooking time. I wonder how she's getting on while I'm enduring Mr. Setoguchi's rambling lessons, and how I've found myself walking back home at an and at an uncommonly fast clip so I can see her again. I've been trying to tell myself I just have a silly crush on Nerine that will fade away in time, but my feelings for her haven't lessened yet. If anything, they only continue to get stronger. So much so, it makes me feel a little conflicted. I do like Misuzu, and I like spending time with her, but I'm afraid I might be blowing her off for Narine's sake. I'm not doing it deliberately. I never want to hurt Misuzu's feelings, but I can't deny that spending time with Nerine makes me feel a certain something that spending time with Misuzu doesn't. It's hard to put my finger on it, but if I had to say it in words, then, well, I guess being with Misuzu doesn't make my heart flutter. She's a very nice girl and I do like being with her, but that's about it. Even then, when we're together, I find my thoughts drifting towards Nerine, something I think Misuzu herself might have noticed because she's taking to teasing me about it. She doesn't seem too upset, at least, but she does seem a tad put out one afternoon. We're eating lunch in the classroom as per usual, both pecking away at our respective lunchboxes, when Misuzu says, is this when she asked us for the study sesh? I believe, but I'm guessing we're gonna turn it down this time. Yeah. Why not to go over a note. I shifted my seat uncomfortably. I'm glad that Misuzu wants to spend time with me, but I also feel guilty about it. I've been meaning to hang out with her a bit more, but...
I'm sorry, Misuzu. I'm really grateful for the offer and I'd love to join you, but I already told Nerine I'd watch Love Under the Starry Sky with her this evening.
Starry Sky? What's that?
You don't know it?
Now it's my turn to be surprised. I knew Misuzu was sheltered, but I didn't think her pop culture knowledge was this lacking.
It's a pretty popular romance drama. It aired a couple of years ago, but it's being rerun at the moment. I've already seen it once, but I liked it a lot, so I asked Nerine if she wanted to watch it with me. It seems like her sort of thing. I mean, she loves sappy romance stories a lot. I shared a lot of my old romance manga with her, and she was really into it. We're only a few episodes into Starry Sky at the moment, but it's already getting good. We got to the bit where Ayumu is getting ready to go on a field trip with Haru and Kana. Ayumu's really into Haru, but he's her childhood friend, and she's afraid of fessing up in case she damages their relationship. Kana, meanwhile, is this pretty new transfer student, and though she's friendly with Ayumu, she likes Haru too. There's a whole load of drama, and it's this real will they, won't they type thing. It's like, who will Haru end up with? Will Kana and Ayumu be able to stay friends? Narine's gotten really hooked on it. I've been looking forward to getting back home so we can watch it, but you're free to come too, of course.
Oh, that's alright. I'm not familiar with the series myself, even if it is popular. My mother doesn't really approve, you see.
Yeah, I figured. She really does sound strict. Doesn't she let you have any time to yourself?
She does on the weekends, on occasions at least. But she's never really approved of me watching TV. She says it's a waste of time. I am rather uninformed about the TV shows that other girls our age might watch. I fear I would be a bit of a wet blanket if I did come along. I'd be completely lost about the story since I've not seen any of the other episodes.
Well, we're only on episode 4 out of 12. Not much has happened. I can summarize it for you if you want.
That's very kind of you, Asuka. But I wouldn't want to intrude. You've made plans with Nerine already, then you should honor them. It was thoughtless of me to try and insert myself between you. Especially when I get to see you all day at school anyway. I imagine studying is the last thing you would want to do anyway. It's not the most riveting thing in the world. Misuzu laughs softly, then takes a bite of her ginger chicken. She swallows it, then says, It's quite hearty. Would you like a piece, Asuka?
Oh, if you're offering.
I swap bits and pieces of my lunch with Misuzu as the minutes wear on, sampling her ginger chicken and her avocado and tomato salad. Habushi. Misuzu's food is pretty good, but Aunt Shoko prepared my lunch, and it's nothing to sneeze at either. My lunchbox is more workmanlike than Misuzu's, and it isn't as neatly arranged, but the chicken cutlet tastes good, even if it's cold. I enjoy my mealtime with Misuzu well enough, but I still find myself frowning. Misuzu's acting like it's no big deal, and who knows, maybe it isn't, but I feel guilty regardless. I don't really want to choose Nerine over her, but it looks like that's exactly what I've done. I just hope Misuzu isn't too upset about it. The last thing I want to do is hurt her feelings.
Oh, she's certainly gonna have her feelings hurt.
I usually walk home with Misuzu, save for the days when she has piano practice, but we wind up saying our farewells outside the classroom today. Misuzu tells me she wants to go to the library for a bit and go over her notes, and who am I to stop her? I already blew her off. It wouldn't feel right if I asked her to walk back home with me after our awkward conversation over lunch. I don't want to start monopolizing Misuzu's time, and what right do I have to ask her anything else of her? Yeah. I said that very wrong. Holy shit. And what right do I have to ask anything else of her? Misuzu assures me she'll be fine on her own, and I should go have fun with Nerine. But I feel guilty as I tramp up the hill, all the way back to the inn.
New content, guys! Whoa. Never mind the fact that the couscous is the code word for the betrayal. God.
I think I hurt her feelings more than she's letting on. I'd like to apologize, but it's too late now, and wouldn't that make things even more awkward? I don't want to draw this out unnecessarily, and it's not like I did anything at all awful to her. I just refused an invitation to have an after-school study session. She'll get over it. In fact, she's probably already over it. I mean, I'm not that special.
Girl! Little self-awareness here. No, you are, to her.
I tell myself this fiercely as I enter the house via the veranda, sliding the door open. I pause to set down my school bag, then to remove my shoes. Balancing on one foot, I call out to the house. I'm home! And I'm soon greeted by an excitable pattering of feet, a little like a puppy's paws, then a bright, cheery, Oscar! I've been waiting for you! How was your day? Did you have a good time? I hope school wasn't too dreadful. Was Mr. Setoguchi being mean to you again? Well, I wish he wasn't so stern. I know you've been working really hard, even if he doesn't see it. I don't think he has any right to scold you so much. Why, if I see him, I'd like to give him a piece of my mind. I finish removing my shoes, setting them to one side, then straightening up, I smile. I was getting all in my head about the whole Misuzu thing, but seeing Nerine has cheered me up a lot. It's nice being greeted so enthusiastically every afternoon by somebody who looks so eager to see me. Nerine was so eager, in fact, one of the straps of her sundress is falling down her shoulder and she isn't wearing any socks. Narine's barefoot, the toenails of her left foot painted coral pink. Was she in the middle of painting them when I got home? I can easily imagine Nerine abandoning her delicate little nail brush and charging over to the veranda to meet me after hearing the sound of the door opening. That's so like her. This is wholesome. I'd be happier if you didn't give Mr. Setoguchi a piece of your mind, actually. He dislikes me enough as it is, without you making it any worse. But that doesn't seem fair. You're so nice, Asuka. I don't see how anybody could dislike you, especially when you work so hard. This Mr. Setoguchi sounds like a real piece of work. He's a bit difficult, yeah. But he probably thinks that way about me, too. I shrug, then pad over to the kitchen. I make a beeline for the fridge, where I pour myself a glass of cool barley tea. Before I put the jug back into the fridge, however, I turn curiously to Nerine, who followed me.
Hold on, need to do this. Wow.
By the way, do you want anything to drink yourself?
Also, first time we've seen the friggin' kitchen, I think. Wahoo. New setting.
That sounds good. Would you mind pouring me a cup of barley tea? I also went to the convenience store earlier, and I bought some pudding for us both, and some corn snacks too. I figured it'd be nice to watch Starry Sky while we have some food to eat. Oh, I see. I was wondering where the puddings in the fridge came from. Where did you get the money for them, though? You didn't rob my piggy bank, did you?
Well, I call it a piggy bank, but it's actually a fishy bank. I keep my coins in a ceramic pufferfish, another curio I bought from the aquarium back in Tokyo. My mother, incidentally, thought my fishy bank was hideous, while my dad thought it was the height of hilarity. Seeing it always made him laugh.
What? Of course not! I've been helping Shoko around the house while you're at school. I have been earning my keep, you know. I hung the laundry earlier, and I've been cleaning up some of the guest rooms for Sakura-so. Guest rooms for when the Sakura-so finally opens again. Shoko's been giving me a bit of money for helping out, which is how I bought those puddings. They were paid for fair and square. Oh, right. Well, I'm very sorry for doubting you. You should be. I'm no thief. I might be a mermaid, but I don't always have legs, but I'm still trying to be an upstanding member of society here. I know. I was just curious. But I'm glad you've been finding things to do around the house while I'm away. I was worried hanging around here all day would be boring. It's not boring at all. I do miss you a bit, I guess, when you aren't around. But Shoko is always here, and she's very nice, and so are some of the construction workers. I've been talking to Marina a bit, and she's pretty fun. She has a lot of stories to tell me. Being here isn't boring at all, so you don't need to worry. But I always have the most fun when I'm with you, Asuka. Well, good. I'm glad. I always have the most fun when I'm with you, too.
I mean it too, as I return to the living room and settle down on the floor, my drink in one hand and a bag of corn snacks in the other. Spending time with Nerine like this always cheers me up, no matter how difficult my school day might have been. Her company is refreshing, even more so than the cool cup of barley tea I keep sipping at. I'm happy enough to while the days away like this, in a lazy, hazy blur. But diverting though Narine's company is, I can't quite put Misuzu from my mind, especially not when Love Under the Starry Sky begins and Nerine falls quiet. Misuzu was trying to sound unconcerned, but I think I heard a genuine note of hurt in her voice when she confessed that she isn't allowed to watch TV dramas because of her controlling mother. Misuzu might act like the perfect honor student at school, and I hardly ever hear her complaining, but I sometimes find myself wondering, is Misuzu really happy the way she is, trying to answer her mother's lofty expectations all the time? And am I making things even worse? These thoughts plague me for the rest of the evening, and most of the night, so much so I can't really enjoy my dinner. Aunt Shoko asked me whether I'm alright, but I'm not sure how to reply. Physically I feel fine, but mentally I'm tying myself up in all sorts of knots. I don't want to think that I'm blowing off Misuzu, especially not when she's been so nice to me. I've been doing my best to spend time with both Nerine and Misuzu, but I can't deny I do spend more time thinking about my mermaid companion than I do my school friend. I tell myself that's because I spend 8 hours a day with Misuzu at school, while I can only see Nerine at home, so it's natural I'd worry a little more about Nerine. I'm not sure if that really is the case, however, not when my heart always flutters in Narine's company. I still can't forget how despondent Misuzu looked when I brushed her off during lunchtime, however. She tried to play it off. She smiled when I refused her,
and said maybe some other time, but I think I upset her. I'm not sure if I'm reading into it too much. Am I exaggerating my own importance? But all the same, I wasn't entirely sure what to tell Aunt Shoko when she asked after me at the dinner table, so I just shrugged and said I was feeling tired. She told me to go to bed early if I was feeling that exhausted, and I agreed pretty readily. I wanted to go to bed too. I figured in my innocence that getting some shut-eye would be enough to fix me, but I didn't bank on being completely incapable of sleeping. Images of Misuzu kept drifting through the forefront of my mind. Images of her looking away, her head bowed, a soft, "Oh, I see, well, if that's how it is," on her lips. She said she didn't mind, but is that really true? She looked like she minded, but am I reading into it too much? I toss and turn beneath my sheets, rocking them up about my bare legs as I do. I squeeze Tayo while I try to sleep, like an oversized stress ball, but it doesn't really help. Talking things through with Tayo has helped me before when I'm feeling blue, but the magic isn't there right now. I can't make him feel real. He isn't helping me like he usually does. And to make matters worse, my room is horribly hot. Hey, we're all in the heat stroke. And heat wave, heat stroke. We're all gonna have heat stroke. It's great. It's a sultry sort of night, and though the fan isn't running, it doesn't help cool me down. The whirring of the fan is starting to get on my nerves, actually. It makes it even harder to nod off, and I think it's just disturbing lukewarm air around my room. My sheets feel stifling, and I'm starting to feel uncomfortably sweaty. Trying to go to sleep is clearly a wasted effort at this point, so I might as well get up. Who knows, maybe going for a walk might help clear my mind. With this thought in mind that I softly get out of my bed. I change into my casual clothes, then slip through the long, long hallway, which is bathed in shadows. I open the sliding door in the living room with a low sound and pad towards the veranda. I'm guessing this is our talk with Marina? I open this door too and let myself outdoors, my toes curling against the cold, immovable wood. It's slightly cooler outside than it is in. There's a bit of a breeze and it blows my hair, the hem of my shirt. I inhale, content to enjoy the breeze on my face that does feel a lot better, funnily enough, when... Well, hello there, stranger. The moon sure does look beautiful tonight, doesn't it? Tsuki ga kirei. Ah yes, the classic. The moon does look beautiful. Oh, of course you would say that, Marina.
Oh!
It almost makes me jump out of my skin. I'm not alone after all. Marina is here too. Hello. She's sitting cross-legged on the veranda, wearing the same skimpy outfit she usually wears. In one hand, she's holding a can of beer, and there's a couple of crumpled cans discarded next to her, glinting in the moonlight like beetle shells. Marina looks entirely in her element, so at ease it's almost like she owns this place. How strange. She fobbed me off with an excuse last time, but now I really am curious. Does Aunt Shoko know about this?
Hey, Marina, what are you doing here? Did you have some work you needed to finish again?
Something like that. I wanted to finish setting up some of the wiring, yeah, and by the time I'd finished, it was already pretty late. I was already feeling tired, so I figured I'd just chill here for a bit before heading off home. Besides, the moon really is beautiful tonight. There's no better place to appreciate it than up here, on top of this hill. It's like my own private stargazing spot. Or at least it was until you came along. Are you doing alright? Yes, and now Marina's gonna have a talk with us.
I'm not sure if...
Whoa, Jesus Christ, my voice just cracked. Need some water. Hold on.
I'm not sure if I'm worrying about it too much, but I'm afraid I might be blowing Misuzu off to spend time with Nerine. I spend all day at school with Misuzu, so I want to spend my evenings with Nerine when I can. But maybe that isn't fair on Misuzu.
Still ain't hit puberty yet. When you have to hit high notes, your voice does some strange shit. Wah. And then we continue to talk. I guess I would like to have a girlfriend. And now we go into the plot, and I don't think I have another choice to make. I spend the rest of the day thinking about Nerine. Okay. I recall the brief kiss that she gave me after our shopping trip, the feather-light touch of her lips which made me blush. I recall the way she smiles at me and how it makes my heart tighten. And of course, I remember the way she brushed a few kernels of rice from my lips at breakfast this morning, a soft, gentle touch which made my heart stammer. Try as I might, I can't stop thinking about her. It feels like she's wormed her way inside my brain. I must have contracted some sort of sickness. I'm sick for Nerine. She's ensnared me, and I can't let her go. I don't pay attention to what Miss Hanabishi says during homeroom, and I barely pay any attention in any of my other classes either. Misuzu asked me a few curious questions during lunch, but I try to play it off. I tell her I'm not feeling well, which could be true. I don't feel like my usual self. My thoughts are all scattered. I'm so mixed up, I don't know how I should feel. The school day eventually comes to a close, and not a moment too soon. Hold on. I shove my books and my pens into my bag haphazardly, as soon as the chance arises, then get to my feet. I would walk back with Misuzu as the norm, but she has piano practice today. I'm on my own, therefore, when I exit the classroom, and when I head back home. I miss walking back with Misuzu, but I think I prefer being on my own today. I doubt I'd make for a very good conversational partner like this, not when my thoughts are so stuffed full with Nerine. I'm so busy daydreaming, in fact, that I'm not paying attention to my surroundings any real attention. I meander through the streets, my head in the clouds, when we run into this dude. Oh, wait, there's new dialogue. He must be 6 foot, but he isn't exactly muscular. That's an interesting detail to add. Why is that an extra detail that you get on the Nerine route? Are we gonna fight Shoal? Are we actually gonna fight him instead of, like, letting Marina talk him down? He must be what foot? We're not. Nope. We are not doing this. It's Misuzu. Seeing her this morning is a relief, even if my thoughts are occupied with Nerine right now. Misuzu always makes me feel better. I don't want to leave Nerine without saying goodbye, but what's the worst that could happen? Shoal doesn't know where Nerine lives, not yet at least. I made sure not to tell him about that. She should be safe, and anyway, I already told Aunt Shoko everything. She promised she'd be on the lookout for any blonde-haired cheetah print-wearing miscreants who might mean to do Nerine harm. So we should be good, right? No. I don't know, but I need to tell myself that. Otherwise, I'm not sure I'd be able to head off with Misuzu and face another day at school. Miss Hanabishi is very nice, though I can't say the same for Mr. Setaguchi, but I have more on my mind than conjugating verbs in quadratics right now. This is all very frustrating, but... Alrighty. Yeah, we don't want to ruin her perfect attendance. I'm not gonna let your honor student status be disputed.
Misuzu giggles, all smiles, though she seemed a bit icy earlier when she was talking about Nerine. Her usual good cheer has returned, so much so I have to wonder whether I imagined her earlier coldness. She isn't hoping that a clumsy remark from me might have soured my relationship with Nerine for good, is she? No, surely not. Girl, you are huffing copium. So she's slightly more aware of herself, but she's huffing copium. What happened? We ran into Shoal. So I can't share anything incriminating with him, and if our paths do happen to cross, I'll make sure I don't let anything slip. There's no skip button now. How does that sound? What?
Misuzu.
I look at Misuzu with wide eyes, overcome with feelings of gratitude. Though Misuzu and Nerine seem to get on well, I have wondered about the exact nature of their relationship before. I think a part of me worried Misuzu might feel a bit jealous because I keep putting Nerine above her. Yes, please have the self-awareness to process this. I was afraid she might jump at the chance to try and get rid of Nerine, which is why I hesitated so much before telling her all of this. Girl. I can't suspect Misuzu anymore, though. Not after hearing the conviction in her words. Girl. When she predicts the actual outcome and still huffs copium. Marina talk no jutsuing Shoal, but then since Asuka isn't interested romantically with Misuzu arrives and eggs Shoal on to demotivate Asuka and continue the kidnapping. Jesus Christ, that would be something. When you talk no jutsu when the enemy gets talk no jutsu'd by their enemy and their ally, that's a lot of talking. It's gonna add like 30 minutes to this conversation. I think she means every single thing she just said. I don't think so. She must care more about Nerine than I realized, or maybe she cares about me. Either way, she's a good ally, and I'm glad I shared all of this with her. If nothing else, it makes me feel less alone. And I'm just here, knowing way too much about the future. I know far too much. Oh, cash prize. Oh, they just wants the. Oh yeah, she just has a competition. I guess that would explain why Misuzu's been looking so distracted lately. Is that one mystery solved? Interesting. Some of the extra dialogue that's been added is like, it's interesting because they don't seem like things that would need to be added, but they're like small comments. It's the slight differences it's fascinating. The angel and devil on the shoulder. Indeed. Nerine is gone. We get time to talk no jutsu. Trash talk him. Trash talk him hard. Oh, we do succeed. Never mind, we're not fighting Shoal. Who we trash talking? We trash talked a guy in a leopard print vest. I think that says enough. We're trying to complete some routes. Hello, Oscar. Thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well.
Well, good. I'm glad you feel safe. You are safe, or at least I want you to feel as though you are. I know I haven't done a very good job of taking care of you so far, but I want to try it now. Shoal is gone now, so hopefully you won't have any other creepy guys trying to make you marry them. Though, now that I think about it, I'm not sure I can promise that. I mean, you are very cute. I wouldn't be surprised if other guys try and hit on you. But I won't let them take you away from me. I care about you way too much to let that happen. Asuka.
Nerine stares at me wide-eyed. A moment of silence passes, a moment during which Nerine tries to gather her bearings. Then with a bright smile which could put a sunflower to shame.
Oh, Asuka, I'm so happy to hear you say that. I really do love you.
Nerine shifts forward. She opens her arms, perhaps meaning to embrace me.
Uh-huh. Oh my.
But things don't go quite according to plan. I was perched pretty precariously on the lip of the bathtub, and Narine's sudden hug is enough to knock me off balance. We fall into the tub. I'm pulled forward, alarmed, into the tub. Nerine shifts back as I collide with the surface of the water, a low splashing echoing through the bathroom. Jeez, this isn't how I wanted to cap off my night. I meant to celebrate besting Shoal, but it feels like I'm the one who's been defeated.
Asuka?
Nerine looks at me concernedly, her brow furrowed. Jeez, I can't talk tonight.
Are you alright?
It's a fair question, but I can't get out any words. I cough miserably instead, water trickling down my chin and my cheeks.
Oh dear.
Nerine swims behind me, her tail glinting pale pink in the bathroom lights, then rubs my back.
Do you feel any better now?
How big is this tub, though? It looks pretty sizable, honestly. I don't know how deep it is, though. I don't think it's too deep. I imagine.
I've heard you meant to do this when humans have coughing fits. It's supposed to soothe the lungs, but is that really true?
I appreciate Narine's attempts to make amends, I guess, but it'll take a bit more than a pat on the back to help me overcome the shock of being pulled headfirst into the bathtub.
Oh no, I'm afraid I'm not helping at all. I just want to look out for you. So, how about this? Huh? Nerine, you...
I try to force out a reply, but I don't get a chance to finish. Narine's slender fingers twine about my wrist. Then with one deft motion, she pulls me down. My head deeps beneath the water for a second time, but unlike the last, part of me was expecting it. I keep my mouth shut, and I don't swallow any water in the confusion. What is Nerine after? I'm not sure. Hey! Look at that! It's the thumbnail art! How deep is this bathtub now? This is a deep-ass bathtub. We have a fucking swimming pool in our back. We just have a swimming pool. In the ground. Okay. She just said she was swimming in the tub. That's not a hub, that's a hot spring. It might be. It might just be deep like a hot spring. That's just a lake. We have a small lake in our backyard. Wait. I would not word it like that. Nerine just expanded her domain expansion. Hell yeah. For all of 2 seconds, that is. Nerine soon makes her intentions apparent, however, when she finds my cheeks with her palms. Then she dips her head. Her fair eyelashes fall shut, and in an understated way, she presses her mouth against my own. She's kissing me. This is a real kiss, one in which a pair of lovers might share. I freaked out about the kiss on the cheek Nerine gave me not long ago, but this kiss feels like the real deal. There's no way to interpret this save as something romantic. Nerine might not know very much about humans, but she should know what a kiss like this signifies, if nothing else. She must know that this is a romantic gesture. But she doesn't pull away. She leans into the kiss, her lips soft against mine, her hair unraveling amongst the water like fair seaweed. The touch of her lips feels very gentle. The water around me is cool, but her mouth is warm. Prismatic colors flicker about me, all soft pastel rainbows. There's water in my ears. There's water in my eyes too. It's hard to see clearly, but I can see just enough of Narine's face to make my heart flutter. Her body feels warm against mine and yielding. I've never kissed anybody like this before. I never thought that my first proper kiss would carry out quite like this beneath the water. But I guess it's only fitting given Nerine is a mermaid. I can't think of a more appropriate place for us to confirm our feelings for one another. I know without a shadow of doubt how I feel about Nerine. I really do love her. I think I must. Otherwise, I wouldn't feel so oddly calm and at peace, despite the water that's bearing down upon me. My ears will probably get all clogged from this, and my eyes have already started to sting, but I don't care. Humans weren't made to exist underwater, but that seems like a trivial concern right now. I don't want to think about common sense. I just want to remain like this with Nerine, our lips pressed together, as the rest of the world fades away. Girl, you gotta breathe. This isn't a beach. This is a bathtub. It is a bathtub, but somehow it's as deep as the beach. What does Yuri mean again? Oh, okay. Yuri, yes. Gia, like, girls love Yuri. Lesbians. You know, that. I don't go to school the following day. Yes, because I'm worried about Shoko. She bends to retrieve the damp laundry from the basket, which she passes to me, and I secure it in place. It's warm, relaxing. It's a warm, relaxing sort of day, even with the repairmen and women, I guess, in the background, sawing and soldering, and goodness knows what else they're getting up to. The repair crew are all inside, however, so I can't see too much of them. I do catch a glimpse of an odd man in a hard hat, exiting or entering the inn. But they leave Nerine and I alone. We continue to work together, while a gentle breeze blows about us. The air smells faintly salty, and I can see Narine's fair hair shifting about her shoulders. We work mutely, neither of us saying a word, though something is weighing on me. I can't stop thinking about last night, about that encounter with Shoal on the beach. Didn't he say that he was able to discover Nerine because of a dark-haired girl? That's not particularly descriptive since about 99% of Onishima's population is Japanese, but it still sticks out. There's only one dark-haired girl that I'm closely acquainted with. I warned her to keep away from Shoal, but there's no guarantee that she listened to me. I want to believe the best in her, but...
Oh, shoot.
I'm so lost in my thoughts, I wind up fumbling a blouse Nerine handed to me, one of Aunt Shoko's. It falls through my fingers before I can grab it, then lands on the ground. It only lies there for a few seconds before I swipe at it, but it's no good. It's already gotten grass stains on it. I can't exactly hang it up now, so I guess I might as well dump it back in the basket, taking care not to get the other items in there dirty, of course. I'll have to go through the wash all over again. What a pain. I sigh, and Nerine cocks her head like an inquisitive bird. She blinks, then says,
Are you alright, Asuka? Is something bothering you? Kinda, I guess. But I'd be surprised if something wasn't bothering you too. I beg your pardon? I mean, you did get kidnapped yesterday. I figured you'd still be feeling a little dazed about the whole thing, but you've taken it all in your stride pretty well. Doesn't it bother you?
Well, it did bother me. It bothered me a lot, actually. Being abducted like that in the middle of the night was pretty scary. I don't know if you know the movie, but you know that pool that has a portal on the bottom of the pool that has when you drink water from it, it's like a siren song. What? I have never heard of this. I do not know what this is, but I am fascinated. It took me a moment to realize that Shul was the one who'd come for me. Though I guess that should have been obvious in retrospect. I don't know anybody else who'd be that desperate to take me back to the beach. I'd been dozing off when he appeared, though. He woke me up, and when I tried to scream, he clapped a hand on my mouth. He told me I shouldn't try to struggle, not if I had any common sense. He said he didn't want to hurt me. But saying that kind of suggests there was a chance he was planning to do that, don't you think?
Well, yeah.
I shudder, winding my arms about myself. It's a warm day, but I feel very cold all of a sudden, like ice cubes have been pushed down the back of my shirt.
It was obviously a threat. That guy must have been trying to scare you into compliance. He's such a jerk.
He is, isn't he? It's a good thing he's a coward, too. At least where Marina is involved. I dread to think what would have happened if she hadn't been there. Things looked pretty dicey. But I don't know if there's much sense worrying about it now. Shul was stopped in the nick of time, and I finally realized how pitiful he is. He was so determined to get me back, but he folded in minutes after Marina confronted him. She was really cool. She showed me that Shul was never worth being afraid of. He might be a member of the royal family, but he's even stupider than a clownfish. Yes, let us all insult him. Fucking creep-ass motherfucker. It was hard to describe it. It's Night Swim 2024. Hold on, now I want to look that up. Night Swim 2024. Oh, it's a horror film. No wonder I haven't heard of it. I hate horror. I stay away from horror with like a 50-foot pole. Please watch. I don't. It wasn't too bad. Maybe. Ooh. I really hate horror. I hate horror so much. You will never see me really play a horror game on this stream. Like, you will never see me play a horror game on stream, most likely, unless it was a punishment. Unless it was a punishment, you will never see me do that. A bunch of people have been telling me to watch Obsession, but hearing that it has some bad gore in it, I am dreading it. Ooh. Yeah, no, I don't like that kind of shit. That's a bit much for me.
Hey.
I pout, offended on behalf of my beloved talking alarm clock, Piero. Oh, yeah.
That's not fair. Clownfish are much, much cuter than Shul.
Oh yes, I misspoke. You're quite right about that. Shul's the exact opposite of cute. Though, he sounded just like a grumpy little boy when Marina scolded him. That was rather funny, actually. I enjoyed seeing that. And everything worked out fine. Just like Marina. Like I said, Marina saved me. And so did you, Asuka.
I did?
Well, you tried to. You looked very impressive, dashing along the beach to save me. You were just like a handsome prince. I thought you were very cool, at least. I was flattered. It made me happy knowing that you cared so much. So, even if it was an unpleasant experience, it wasn't all bad. I got to be rescued by not just one, but two pretty women. You know what's up, Nerine. And I've realized there's no reason for me to be scared of Shoal anymore. He's beneath me. I was scared that he would find me ever since I came to Omonishima. Even when I was talking to you, Asuka, or when I was eating Misuzu's delicious cookies, I always had this worry lurking in the back of my mind. It made it hard for me to enjoy my time here because I didn't know if or when Shoal would come for me. I was afraid every single night, actually, before I went to sleep. I was scared that today would finally be the day that Shoal would appear, and he would steal my happiness away from me. I'd not been getting much sleep, and I was so worried my scales started turning dull. It was even hard for me to enjoy Shoko's yummy food, no matter how hard I tried. So, I almost think it's a good thing that Shoal finally showed his hand. He was driven away, so I don't need to worry anymore. It feels like a huge weight has been lifted from my shoulders. And I think he should have learned his lesson now. I think he'll leave me alone from now on. So, maybe the person who sold me out actually did me a favor, even if they didn't realize it. It's because of them, after all, that I got to experience being rescued by you. They made me realize how much I like you. So I almost feel like I owe them.
Do you think that somebody sold you out then, Nerine?
Didn't Shoal say as much back on the beach? He said it pretty clearly, actually, that a dark-haired girl told him where I was. Now, I don't want to jump to conclusions, and who knows, maybe he was just saying that to rile us up, but there's only one dark-haired girl I know who might have wanted to rat me out. What do you think?
Jeez, I always thought that Nerine was something of an airhead, but she must be sharper than she looks. I think she must have put two and two together, just like I did. She probably suspects that Misuzu was the one who betrayed her, but she doesn't seem upset about it. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to blow my nose because my nose is getting stuffed up from reading so much. Holy crap. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Alright. Alright, back to I'm here. I will continue to stream. Her smile doesn't waver.
Well, I guess that's one theory. I was thinking about that myself, but I don't understand why Misuzu would do something like that.
Girl, you already had the answer a few days ago. What are you talking about?
Wasn't that dangerous? You could really have been kidnapped, and Aunt Shoko could have suffered a serious injury. I don't want to believe Misuzu would be capable of such a thing, but I don't know who else would have told him.
Well, I might be jumping to conclusions, but I think it makes sense. Misuzu might have been jealous that we've been spending so much time together.
Do you think so?
Maybe. I know I didn't like it very much being stuck in the bathtub when you and Misuzu always went to school. I wished I could have joined you, but having a tail made it pretty tricky. I know how it feels, watching people you care about go off without you. It can be pretty painful. And maybe Misuzu felt the same way. She might have gotten to hang out with you at school, but you always dashed back home to spend time with me. I wouldn't be surprised if it upset her, and when people get upset, they don't always act rationally. She probably didn't know what a brute Shoal is. She might have wanted me out of the picture, but I doubt she ever meant for Shoko to get hurt. things probably escalated further than she imagined. If she did imagine it, I'm still not sure. But if Misuzu did do something wrong, I imagine she'll come here soon enough to tell you herself.
Do you think so?
I'm sure of it. She's an honest girl when it's all said and done, and I bet she'll worry when she sees you aren't in school. She'll want to come and check on you. And when she does, she'll probably want to talk to you alone. If she is the one who told Shoal about me, I think she'll be too ashamed to show her face to me. So you'll have to relay this to her in my stead. Tell her that I'm not upset.
You aren't?
Not really. If Shoal had succeeded, I think I'd feel differently. But I think it's a good thing he found me. It means I don't have to be afraid of him anymore. I can finally live on Omanishima without any worries. And I can live with you. That's all I've ever wanted. My precious Asuka.
Nerine.
I blink, my face flushing. I can hardly believe that Narine's being so big-hearted. But maybe I shouldn't be too surprised. She's always been a sweetie. She's kind, gentle, and almost boundlessly loving. And isn't that why I started to fall for her? I do feel a bit bad for Misuzu, but I can't imagine it being with anybody else. I was already aware of my feelings for her, but this cinches it. I really do love Nerine. I approach her, meaning to pull her into a hug, or maybe even a kiss when... Shoko! Hi! What's up? Ahem. Aunt Shoko appears on the veranda, her hair loose, still wearing her nightgown. She might have been up since the early hours, but most of her energy has since left her, and she's changed back into her night clothes. Room? No. What the fuck? Last time it was Marina, oh god. Yeah. She was supposed to be having a nap, but maybe she couldn't settle. She looks at me and Nerine through narrowed eyes, then says, I thought you two girls were supposed to be doing the laundry. I spring away from Nerine, my face on fire, then mumble,
We were, or rather, we did hang up most of the laundry, but...
But you were... Thanks, Aunt. But you were too distracted gazing adoringly into another's eyes to finish the job?
My face feels like it's burning. Does my aunt know about my relationship with Nerine? But she only kissed me yesterday. But Nerine doesn't look even remotely perturbed. She smiles instead, as though shame is a concept completely alien to her. And who knows, maybe it is. Shoal sure didn't seem to have any of it, and says,
Sorry, Shoko. We were hanging out the laundry like Asuka said, but I distracted her. She was trying to be responsible, but I just wouldn't stop chattering. I think she was coming over to shut me up, actually. And I wouldn't blame her if she was. I can be such a handful.
Well, Narine's not exactly wrong. If I'd gotten my own way, I would have shut her up. Though that wasn't exactly my objective. I wanted to kiss her to show her how much I care about her. My motives were pure, I promise. Just like the driven snow. I just wanted Nerine to know how much I like her. But do I want Aunt Shoko to know that? I'm not sure. I guess I'll have to tell her about our relationship sooner or later, but I don't know where to begin. My aunt is pretty open-minded, so I doubt she'll be upset about me dating a girl. She's quite fond of Nerine, despite giving my aunt such a nasty surprise during their first meeting, so I'm sure she'll approve. It's just kind of embarrassing, I guess, telling my aunt about my love life. I've only been living with her for a few weeks after all. But I'm probably closer to her than I am my parents already. Now, that's kind of sad. I'm starting to come over all flushed. A bead of sweat forms on my brow while my aunt looks between us. There's a pause, and then... That's very sweet of you, Nerine, trying to cover for Asuka like that. You're always very considerate. But I don't believe this is entirely your fault. My silly niece needs to accept some of the blame too.
You are both neglecting your duties to stare at one another. Neither of you is innocent.
Thanks.
But I suppose I can't condemn you too much.
You can't?
Of course not, Of course not. I'm no ogre, Asuka. You've been very attentive all day, and so have you, Nerine. I'm very lucky to have a kind, attentive niece who cares for me so much. It would be wrong of me to scold you for slacking off too much. And I do remember how it feels to be young. It's natural at your age that you would want to spend all your time with your girlfriend.
Thank you.
That is what young love is all about.
Oh yes, I'm so glad you understand. I want to spend all my time with Asuka. I love her a lot after all.
I know you do. You make it quite apparent. You're both very sweet. Even if you did drop my favorite blouse into the dirt.
What? Hey!
I look between Anshoka and Nerine, my eyes wide. There's a long pause and then...
How do you know that we're a couple? And how do you know I dropped your blouse? How long have you been watching us anyway?
The rest of the day passes by uneventfully. I finish hanging out the laundry with Nerine, my cheeks cherry red, and then we retreat indoors. Anshoka returns to her room to finally have that nap, while Nerine and I pass the time watching TV. We're just about to watch this week's episode of Love Under the Starry Sky when I hear a rapping of knuckles on the front door. I wonder if that's Mizuzu, like Nerine predicted. I head over to the door and slide it open, and as I suspected...
Hi, Mizuzu. Time to go through this shit again. You were the one neglecting your duties to stare at one another. I read that initially as staring at one another is your duty. Oh my god.
I was so worried when you didn't come to school today. I was terrified something had happened to you. Well, it looks like Nerine was right. Mizuzu did stop by after all. Has she come to talk about what happened last night? I glance into the living room at Nerine, who catches my eye. She smiles and waves, then mouths something at me. I'm not an expert when it comes to lip reading, but I think she's trying to tell me to reassure Mizuzu. Alright, here goes nothing. I look back at Mizuzu, who's shifting awkwardly from foot to foot, and clear my throat. Then I say,
I'm alright, thank you for asking. But what about you? You're shaking.
I am?
Like a leaf. Is something the matter?
Well, you could say that. Mizuzu looks down at her feet. Anxiously, she bites her lower lip, then says, Miss Hanabishi told us that your aunt had taken a fall last night and had hurt herself. I was wondering how serious it was.
Oh, my aunt's alright. She had a bit of a bump on her head, and she's resting right now, but she should be fine. Give it a day or two and I'm sure she'll be right back to her usual self.
Do you really think so?
I'm pretty positive. She was determined to make breakfast this morning, at least, so I think she's on the mend already.
And, I append silently, she teased me about my relationship with Nerine earlier. I doubt she would have done that if she wasn't doing well. Oh, good. That really is a relief. I'm so glad to hear it. I was so worried.
You were?
Of course. You're my good friend, Asuka. And your aunt has been very kind to me. I hate to think of her being hurt, especially when it could very well be my fault.
Your fault?
Well, now I really am suspicious. I had my doubts before, but now I'm convinced.
Why would it be your fault?
Well, it's just... I can't help but feel like I had some part to play in all of this. I was horribly selfish
and it resulted in all of this. I really didn't intend for this to happen. This isn't what I wanted.
Mizuzu inhales, her face pale and pasty. She looks down at her feet, her hands clasped at her front, then says, "You're probably aware of the nature of my visit by this point, but I thought I should be upfront about it. I know I've caused you a good deal of issues over the last few days, and for that, I really am sorry." And now we get the apology again. But by the same token, I don't think anything's really changed at all. She's not told me anything I don't already know. I had a feeling she felt this way about me, but...
I'm very flattered you feel that way, even if I don't understand it. I don't think I'm anything special, not like you.
Do you really think I'm special?
Yeah, I mean, you're the most beautiful girl in our class, and you get the best grades by far. You could have anybody you like, girl or guy. I'm not sure why you've singled me out. I'm not pretty. Unless being pretty ordinary counts. I don't care about my clothes, and I don't really wear makeup, and I'm not good at sports or good with schoolwork. I'm not good at anything. I feel like you'd be wasted on me. But even if that wasn't the case, I still don't think I'd be able to accept your confession. I value you as a friend, and I really do care about you. But I'm sorry, I'm sure that I like Nerine more.
I look at Mizuzu mutely, my fingers curled into fists on my lap. My heart, meanwhile, is pounding a mile a minute, like I've just run a 400-meter dash. I'm terrified of what Mizuzu might say in response to this, but she doesn't flinch. Instead, she says, "Yes, I know you do. I was aware of that fact. You made it rather apparent, actually." Mizuzu sighs, her head bowed. "It was obvious you only had eyes for Nerine, ever since the moment I saw you. You hung on her every word, and when your eyes met, it was like you couldn't bring yourself to look away, like you were staring at, I don't know, some sort of precious gemstone. I think it's kind of cute, actually."
I'm cute?
"When you're with Nerine, yes. Your whole face lights up when you're together. You couldn't make your feelings for her more obvious if you tried. Admittedly, I did think it was a little irritating. But I like how open you are. That's one of the things that really drew me to you, Asuka. You're such a pure, honest girl, not like me."
What do you mean you're not pure? You seem much more ladylike than I am.
Well, I won't argue with that. I know it's true. I am ladylike. Or at least, I'm good at acting like a lady. I'm good at playing the role that my mother demands of me. The role of being a good-natured, well-behaved girl who never speaks out of line and who never disobeys her elders and betters. But that isn't who I am on the inside.
No?
No. Hadn't you realized? I think I do a good job at hiding it, but I become rather... Twisted sounds a bit dramatic, but I suppose I'm rather canny. Or maybe you could just call it two-faced. It's rare that I say what I mean, and I've become awfully adept at telling lies.
You mean when you call your cram school to say you're sick and then you hang out about an Omoneshima killing time?
Just like that, exactly. My mother places a lot of pressure on me, and I'm afraid I can't always meet her exacting standards. When things get too difficult, when I'm tired or simply feeling blue, I tell lies to try and ease my own burden. I've skipped cram school on numerous occasions, though my mother has no idea, and I've skipped piano practice too. I used to complain about injuries in my wrist to get out of calligraphy class when I was younger, and I'd say my ankles hurt so I didn't need to go to ballet. They were all little white lies, but they started to add up. By this point, I've told so many little falsehoods, I can't keep track of them. My grandparents were the only people I could be honest with, but now my grandfather is dead and my grandmother, well, she isn't doing well. I can't burden her with my petty concerns. But I'm not perfect. In fact, I'm far from it. If I was, I never would have been so jealous of Nerine. And I never would have wanted to try to get rid of her. Mizuzu's voice was cool and calm during her address, but now her expression twists. Cicadas hum in the undergrowth, their chirping so intense it throbs in the back of my head, as a wide-eyed Mizuzu says, "You know, don't you, Asuka? You know that's how Shoal found her. You know I'm the one who told him. I went to look for him after you warned me about him, and I confessed everything. I told myself I was seeking him out because it would be for the best. I thought Nerine would never really be at home here, out of the ocean, and she should go back to her undersea kingdom."
Out of the ocean, title drop, roll credits.
I tried to make myself believe I was doing the right thing, that I was just trying to look out for her. But deep down, I knew I was being selfish. I was hoping that Shoal would take Nerine away, so I wouldn't have to deal with her anymore. And I was hoping that with her out of the picture, you'd have nobody to turn to but me. I wanted to be there to console you after Nerine went missing, and I was hoping that you'd begin to reciprocate my feelings. I wanted you to like me as much as you like Nerine. I just wanted to feel important. But wasn't that awful of me? How could I have done such a thing?
Mizuzu sniffs. Her eyes are beginning to bead with tears, round white pearls which shimmer in the sunlight. Bending forwards, she brushes a few of these stray tears away with the back of her arm, then says, I knew I was doing the wrong thing even as I did it. I knew there was no justification for my actions, but I tried to tell myself that Nerine shouldn't even have been in Omorishima in the first place. I told myself I was just putting things back to the way they should have been. And anyway, I was used to telling little white lies. I hoped I'd be able to keep a straight face when you told me about Narine's absence. But the more I thought about it, the more it began to weigh on me. I was so scared that I might have done something inexcusable, and I really didn't want to make you sad. I didn't want to ruin Narine's life. And I didn't want to hurt Miss Kuonji either. I just wanted you to pick me instead of her. But even if you had, I wouldn't have felt deserving of it. Not after everything I did. I might be used to telling little white lies, but I don't want to lie to you. I really don't want to hurt you. I'm so sorry, Asuka, for everything I did. I really, truly am. Mizuzu bows her head before me, her eyelids squeezed shut tightly. Her long, dark lashes cast shadows on her cheekbones, while her hair stirs in the breeze. For a moment, I don't say anything. I can't think of what to say. I observe the top of her head, my fingers curled against the wooden veranda. I swallow. Then, with the sound of the cicadas swelling in the sultry summer air, I say,
Well, I did have an inkling you were the one who tattled.
You did?
Yeah, you were acting pretty suspicious after I told you about Shoal, when you took off so quickly. I figured you were up to no good, but I wasn't sure what. I didn't want to accuse you of anything, but I didn't think it was a coincidence Shoal broke in later that night. I thought you had a hand in it. And so did Nerine, for that matter.
She did?
Yeah, she talked to me a little earlier before you came over. She said she had a suspicion that you were the one who told Shoal about her. But she said that she doesn't blame you for it.
She doesn't?
No, she said you had a right to be upset. And I think she might be right. I was ignoring you in favor of spending time with Nerine. It wasn't a nice way to treat you. Not when you've been such a good friend to me. I think your actions make sense. I heard you, so you lashed out. You just wanted me to pay attention to you, right?
Yes, that's right. That was my reasoning, but can you really accept that? Is it really alright?
Well, I don't know if I'd say it's alright. Anshoko did get hurt.
I know she did, and I do feel really awful about it. I didn't think Shoal would lay a finger on her. But I suppose I don't know much about Shoal at all. He's a complete stranger, but I still turned to him. I blabbed to him, and I caused you so many problems. You and Nerine and Miss Kuonji too. I really am sorry.
I know you are. You've made it pretty apparent, but while I'm not going to stand here and say it's all fine, I do understand. This could have been avoided if I talked things through with you. I didn't think about your feelings. I kept blowing you off, and I made you feel unappreciated. I was a pretty bad friend to you. So, while I don't think that excuses what you did, I can understand why you did it.
You can? I nod.
I don't think you really wanted to hurt us, and in the end, things turned out alright. Nerina's safe, and Anshoko didn't get too badly hurt. I don't know how Anshoko feels about this, but Nerine said that she forgave you. She told me to talk things through with you alone, so you wouldn't have to feel awkward. She's trying to be considerate of you, and I don't think she'd bother if she didn't care about you. She still likes you. So I think everything's alright. It all worked out. And I don't hate you, Mizuzu. I care about you too much.
Do you really mean that, Asuka?
Yeah, I mean, we're not all seasoned liars, not like you.
I grin, then nudge Mizuzu in the side.
I really am a pure, honest girl, unlike you. I can't tell lies even if my life depends on it. I still like you, Mizuzu, and I don't want to stop being your friend. Though, you should probably promise not to do anything like this in the future. But if you can promise to behave, then I don't mind spending time with you. What do you think? Pinky promise?
Asuka. I hear a sharp intake of breath, like Mizuzu has caught something in her throat. She blinks, dislodging a few stray silvery tears, which roll down her cheeks like jewels. Then she takes a step forwards. She meets my eyes, then extends her hand. Aww. We made up! Wahoo! She meets my eyes, then extends her hand. She intertwines her pinky with mine, her expression soft, and says, Of course I can promise that. After everything that happened, I'll never do anything so stupid again. I don't want to hurt you, or Nerine either, for that matter. I care about you both too much, and I still do want to be friends with you.
Then you can. It's as simple as that.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. We're the best of friends, and nothing's ever going to change that. Especially not some guy like Shoal. I promise.
It's late at night and the sky is full of stars. The moon hangs overhead, round and full like a crystal ball, so pale it looks like it looks a little like the bleached bones of a washed-up whale carcass. That's oddly specific. I'm not sure exactly how late it is, but it was about 22 when I set off. At Narine's request, I feel like I should add. I'm a good girl, at least I'm trying to be a good girl. I don't want to cause Anshoko any problems, and I don't make a habit of slipping out of the house so late. Sure, I might have been gone for a late night walk on the beach that one time, which is how I met Nerine in the first place, and I've had a couple of counseling sessions with Marina beneath the moonlight. I've not ventured out so late since the showdown with Shoal, however, and that was a fortnight ago. If it wasn't for Nerine, I'd be in my bed right now, scrolling through my phone while cuddling close to Tayo. Narine's the one who asked if we could go out for a bit and wander, though. She rapped on my bedroom door when I was already starting to doze off, and when I let her in, the first thing she said was,
Hey, Asuka, I'm feeling a bit on edge. Do you mind if we go for a walk? I need to clear my head. And there's something I want to talk to you about.
fair, fresh, fair. I was already pretty tired, and it was already pitch black outside. I was tempted to tell Nerine to wait until tomorrow morning, but she looked so in earnest I didn't want to brush her off. Besides, I figured she must have had something important weighing on her, if she felt compelled to assume her human form so late. Nerine doesn't assume her human form all that often, since it takes up too much energy, and while the Sakura So has a lot of spare rooms, Nerine never sleeps in them. When the sun sets, she always retreats to the large bathroom, where she reverts to her mermaid form. Seeing her with human legs at such an advanced hour was unusual enough to compel me to listen to her. That's how I found myself out on the beach at such an hour, Nerine standing beside me. She was unusually quiet as we made our way down the sloping hill to the beach, and she's still not said anything even now. At the moment, she's busy looking out over the shore, her expression pensive. She furrows her brow, her lips pressed together. It looks like she's thinking about something, but what? I observed Nerine in profile for a few moments, watching the moon's silvery light illuminates her pretty face, before I say,
So, why'd you drag me out of bed? Has something been eating at you?
Eating me? Nerine looks back at me, then blinks.
That's a horrible thought. I might be part fish, but I definitely wouldn't want anybody to eat me. I hope you're not thinking of me as a walking sashimi platter, Asuka.
I might have when I first met you.
Did I narrowly avoid a bad ending?
But you have legs at the moment. You're too human for me to even think about eating you.
You wouldn't even have a little nibble?
Well, depends on where I'd be.
Why are we saying it like this? This feels...
But I think I'd rather keep my lips away from you at the moment. You look like you're thinking about something. That's what I meant, actually, when I asked you what was eating you. It means, what's wrong?
Oh. Is that another one of your funny human sayings?
That's right. It's not 100% literal, at least. I don't think most people mean it in that way. You might hear about them on the news from time to time, but I don't think there are many cannibals out there.
Especially not on a small island like Omorishima. I know they always say it's quiet places like this which have the freakiest secrets, but I really can't imagine any violent crimes taking place here. It's way too peaceful. Shoal's failed attempt at kidnapping Nerine was probably the liveliest this island has been over a decade.
Well, that's a relief.
Nerine laughs lightly, turning her head to look back over the ocean. She frowns, then says,
It's good to know that you humans aren't as vicious as my parents like to claim. Though I already knew that, of course, from living amongst you for so long. You've been really good to me, Asuka. You and Shoko, and even Misuzu. I know she had a hand to play in Shoal's finding me, but she was very sorry about it. I can't really bring myself to hold it against her. We all do foolish things when we're upset, so I'm prepared to let barnacles be barnacles. But I do feel a little bit unsatisfied, I suppose.
Why's that? I didn't do something to upset you, did I?
Oh no, not you. You've been nothing but lovely to me, Asuka, which is where the real issue lies. I do enjoy spending time with you, but I can't spend time with you properly. Not like Misuzu can, or the other girls from your school. No matter how convincingly human I might look, I'm not really like you.
It requires a lot of energy for me to assume this form, for only a few hours at a time. I know it might not be immediately obvious, but simply talking to you like this is taking a toll on me. It's a bit tiring. I can't be human 24/7, not with my body being the way it is. But that's so frustrating. She presses a hand to her chest and says, I've been thinking about my life on Omonishima long and hard, and about my future, and I think I've finally come to a decision. It might seem a bit hasty, but I really am tired of this body. It only ever seems to get in the way. I can't live the life I want when it takes such an immense effort to keep my tail hidden. So I got to thinking it would be for the best if I gave my tail up, once and for all. I don't need it anymore. All it does is remind me of the life I've left behind. I don't want to go back to my old home, so there's no point in keeping it. I need to change.
Marina arriving out of nowhere right now from the bushes to go, girl, do I have good news? Girl, I have the deal of a century for you.
I've given it a lot of thought, and I think this is the only way I can be happy here, in Omonishima, with you too. I don't want to be Nerine the mermaid anymore. I want to be Nerine the human. A human just like you.
Nerine?
I look at Nerine, whose golden hair seems to glow in the moon's light, her eyes shining like freshly cut gems. Her gaze feels heavy on mine, so much so I can't look away. She has me in her thrall like a siren from a Greek myth. She might not be singing, but she doesn't need to. She's beautiful enough that simply seeing her would be enough to make whole boatfuls of men stop and stare. It's only now, as Nerine stands beneath the moonlight, that I can see why mermaids were so often depicted as dangerous creatures in stories of yore. There's something hypnotizing about her in the moonlight I've never really noticed before. She's almost breathtaking. She says she wants to stay with me, and who am I to stop her? Part of me worries that it might be a bit too early for such a pledge. We've known one another for a month, if that. But I believe Nerine when she says there's no life for her under the ocean. No life she wants, at least. The ocean might have been her home for 18 years, but it looks like it's time to leave. I don't think she'll be missing out on all that much. It doesn't sound like she had much of a life under the ocean, but what about here? Would she be able to make a life with me? I'd like to think so, but maybe that would be presumptuous. I don't want to speak for Nerine, but...
Are you sure about this?
Yes. I already told you, Asuka, that I've given it a lot of thought. It's all I've been thinking of ever since I came to Omonishima. I've pondered the pros and cons endlessly, over and over, but I think I'm finally ready. If I'm going to keep living above the water, then I need a human body of my own. That's the only way I'll be able to live a normal life. It's the only way I can be with you. I need your support, though. If I can stay above the ocean, we need to mix our blood together to bind me here. I know that might sound scary, but I want to stay with you, so... Please, would you give me this?
Well, it does seem like a pretty drastic change. I hate it if you changed your mind in the future or you regretted it. But I'm not your mother. It isn't my job to tell you what you can and can't do. I'm sure you know your own mind. If you've thought about this and you're certain this is the path you want to go down, then... Alright, I'll help you.
What? Nerine stares at me, her blue eyes very wide, just like the ocean itself. She's the one who asked for my help, but I'm not sure she anticipated my response, because she looks genuinely stunned. Are you sure about that, Asuka?
Yes, I'm sure. I'll do my part if you want me to. I'll help you. I'll give you my prayers and I'll give you my thoughts. And I'll give you my blood too, if that's what you want. I'll give you what you need so you can become human. I'm prepared to do it, if it's for your sake. So I'm going to try and give you the happy ending you want.
Oh, Asuka. Thank you. You have no idea how much this means to me. Of all the people who could have found me on this beach, I'm really glad it was you. You're the best girlfriend I could ever ask for.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm pretty awkward, actually. But I like you a lot, so I want to do the best I can for you. I want to make you happy. So I hope it's working?
It's definitely working. I already liked you a lot, Asuka, but you're going to make me fall for you even harder.
Then it's a good thing you're going to wind up with permanent legs by the end of this night, isn't it? They should be better at supporting you than your tail.
I did think that, yes. They should be a lot more convenient. I'm looking forward to it. Though, I suppose it would be a lie if I said I wasn't a little uneasy. This is a big change. But I think it'll be worth it, if only so I can live the life I've always wanted to lead in Omonishima, with other humans. And with you too, Asuka. I can't wait.
A sweetly smiling Nerine reaches into her tote bag, which she brought with her on our night walk. I watch intrigued as she retrieves a knife from her back, a silvery thing she must have swiped from the kitchen. The blade of the knife is sharp, and it winks wickedly in the moon's light. At the sight of the blade, my courage momentarily fails me. I said I was willing to go ahead with this ritual, but I didn't consider what it'll involve. Didn't Nerine say something about mixing blood? I eye the knife's blade with some trepidation. But if Narine's the one who will be handling this ritual, then surely it'll be alright.
So, what do you want me to do?
Oh, it's quite simple, really. Don't be put off by the knife. I just need to cut my palm like so.
Nerine readjusts her grip on the knife. Elegantly, she slides the blade across the inside of her palm, scarcely wincing as it slices through her fair skin.
And then I need to cut yours. It doesn't need to be a deep cut, in fact. It's probably better if it isn't. I only need a few drops of your blood. Then we'll press our palms together as we pledge our love for one another, and that'll be it. My ties to the ocean will be severed, and my legs will become permanent. That's all we need to do.
I have heard that opening a wound by the palm would actually hurt a lot because of the number of nerves in there. Yeah, I can imagine that.
Is that really it?
Yes, that's right. There's nothing to it, really. So long as you can put up with a little bit of pain, and so long as your feelings for me are sincere, then it should go off without a hitch. I know being cut doesn't sound like much fun, but I'll try to be gentle. I won't dig the knife too deep, I promise. I know you need your hands so you can do schoolwork. This might be a serious situation. Narine's entire future hangs in the balance, but this makes me laugh regardless.
You know, I wouldn't mind if you did dig the knife a bit.
Girl, what the fuck? Freaky ass shit. You into that shit? That was out of nowhere. Asuka? Apparently it's better and less painful to open a wound by the back of the forearm. Ah. I see, I see. Still though, Asuka, what the fuck? You into knife play or something? Do I need to be concerned?
I mean, it's not like I really want to go to school. It'd give me a great excuse to get out of the essays Mr. Setoguchi wants me to write, at least.
Ah, I see. I see. I'm just joking. At least I think I am. But Nerine doesn't look too happy about it. She pouts, then says,
No. That's no good, Asuka.
It isn't?
No, I'm not going to hurt you more than I have to on purpose. I'd feel awful. Goodness, I can barely even bring myself to cut you in the first place. This is already difficult for me, so please don't make it any harder.
Oh, right. Sorry, Nerine. I wasn't seriously suggesting that you hurt me. I just thought it'd lighten the atmosphere a bit.
Well, don't. Well, your welfare isn't something to be taken lightly. I take it seriously, even if you don't. I feel guilty enough as it is, asking you to sacrifice so much for me.
I think you've gotten it backwards there.
I do?
Yeah, I mean, you're the one who's making the real sacrifice here. You're the one who's going to give up your home, and your parents, and all your old friends. This is a much, much bigger deal for you than it is for me, so I'll try and lessen your burden just a little bit. If you feel that bad about cutting me, then...
I take the knife from Nerine, our fingers brushing, then repositioning it, pressing the side of the blade against the inside of my palm. I inhale in an attempt to steady myself, the smell of salt heavy in my nostrils, the back of my nose, and then, without further warning, I press the blade down. Ow! I know I need to do it quickly, else I'll chicken out. For all my talk, I don't like blood very much, and I don't relish the thought of spilling my own on purpose. There's nothing remotely appealing about this, but I'm doing this for Narine's sake. I'm doing this for her. I want to make her happy. I want to make her dreams come true. And more selfishly, I want us to stay together. I want to have a future with her, which is why I do what I do. I cut with a little too much force, and blood begins to bubble up from my cut, round red rubies which glisten in the moon's light. I think I was a bit too enthusiastic. Narine's eyes widened and her whispered, "Asuka, are you alright? Prove as much, but..."
Well, that's taken care of.
I let the knife drop to the sand, then turn to Nerine. I hold out my right hand, palm stained with a garish bright red, and I'm trying not to look at it. With a garish bright red, I'm trying not to look at and say,
Do you want to give it a go?
Oh, Asuka. I think it would have been better if you'd let me take care of the cutting. You tucked the blade a bit too deep.
Well, what else can I say? I'm enthusiastic.
I can see that. I think you might have been a bit too enthusiastic. But that's very like you. I wouldn't have you any other way. I like how fiery you are. It's what drew me to you, like a sea snail to an anglerfish. You've always shone so brightly. So, if you wouldn't mind me being a little selfish, I'd like to take just a bit of your brightness for my own. I can't remain in Omorishima on my own, but with you.
I think you should have a chance.
Me too. That's why I want to go through with this. I want to stay with you. So let's do this.
Yeah, let's.
Nerine approaches me and I approach her. Oh, pretty CG. I raise my right hand while Nerine raises her left. Like two magnets, our hands find one another. Our fingers intertwined, my bloodied cut pressing against Narine's own. In that moment, a chill goes down my spine. It's a lukewarm night, but I still shiver. I don't know anything about magic, especially not ancient mermaid magic, but surely that's a good sign. Is the spell working? Nerine inhales, then says,
I make this vow beneath the moon that I wish to stand alongside Sakuragi Asuka in the realm of humans. I wish to walk with her and run with her and dance with her. I wish to be with her in any way I cannot were I still a mermaid. So please, I pray that the moon above will hear my humble wish. Rid me of my tail and let me live amongst the humans in Omorishima. Let me live alongside Asuka. There's nothing else in this world I would want more.
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to speak during this little ceremony, but Nerine sounds so earnest I feel compelled to match her.
That's right. I want to be with Nerine too. I want to care for her and to be with her. So please, would you grant our wish? All we want is to be together on land. I want to spend all my days with her. I love her.
Oh,
Nerine gasped, and so do I. Ooh, the light. Hand holding alert. So lewd, sorry. I need to put the sensor up. What? It feels like my body has been transformed into a cup, and some celestial hand is pouring liquid into it. Magic and moonlight. My body starts to tingle. Celestial light winds about me, warming me like a shroud.
oh,
But mere moments after it began, this curious sensation begins to fade away. The light which was poured into me starts to dull. It diffuses. Then it disappears. When the light vanishes, I'm left feeling about the same as usual, though my right hand still hurt. Still smarts? Wait, what? I feel like that's a typo. It feels pretty painful, actually. Ow, I think Nerine was right. I did cut a little too deep there. I'm such a dummy.
Asuka.
The gentle smile on Narine's face makes me forget all about my pain. Nerine is smiling like I've never seen her smile before. So brightly, she looks almost radiant.
I think we've done it. The spell worked.
Can you tell? I mean, you don't look any different.
I know I don't, but I feel different. It's hard to explain, but I feel stronger now. It used to take a lot of energy to keep these legs manifested, but now they feel just as sturdy as, oh, I don't know, a couple of oak trees maybe.
Oak trees?
I look at Narine's legs with some trepidation. I wonder if they might have changed during the last few seconds, but they look the same as they always. They're slender and willowy, just like the rest of her body. Now that Nerine mentions it, she does look a little sturdier, though.
Well, I don't know if I'd say they look like trees exactly, but isn't that a good thing? Are you happy?
I'm a little afraid of the answer, actually. What if Narine's already beginning to regret her decision? It's a pretty big deal going through a transformation like this, but...
Oh, Asuka.
To my relief, Nerine laughs at my inquiry. She ruffles my hair, then still smiling, she looks out towards the ocean and says,
Of course I'm happy. I'm even happier than I thought I would be. And I've been dreaming of this moment ever since I came to Omorishima. No, even before that.
Before that?
Yes, I wanted to be human so I could escape from Shoal, so he'd never be able to marry me. But after coming here, my feelings changed. I'm happy I'm free of Shoal, of course. But more than that, I wanted to be human so I could continue living here. I wanted to stay with you. I wanted us to have a happy life together. And do you know what?
What?
I've only taken one step. But it's the most significant one. There's no one going back now. But I'm not afraid. Not like I was. Don't you remember? When I first came to Omorishima, I was terrified of coming to the beach. I didn't want to come here in case Shoal found me, and there were too many bad memories. I thought it was for the best to keep away from it. The thought of coming here to the ocean's edge scared me. But now, I don't need to go back there anymore. I can finally appreciate how pretty the sea is. I'm finally free. And it's all thanks to you. You helped me when nobody else would, Asuka. You gave me a home, and you gave me a friend to rely on. And you gave me a brand new life too. And now you've given me yourself. I'll never be able to thank you enough for it. But there is something I want you to know.
Oh, yes?
I try to sound nonchalant, but it's hard when Narine's being so lovey-dovey. My voice cracks in my throat, which feels strangely dry, and I can feel my face flushing. It's been a while since I've heard somebody say something's painful as something smarts. Hello, dear. Thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. I've never heard anyone say that before in my life. But hey, the more you know, I suppose. Why am I so obvious? I'd like to keep my cool. You'd think the salty breeze would help me with that, but it feels impossible, especially when Nerine is standing so close to me.
What is it?
Well, I thought I should tell you that I love you, Asuka. I think you're the most wonderful girlfriend in the whole world. And I really am happy I met you.
Nerine,
Ing is what I meant to say, but I don't have a chance to finish her name. Nerine reaches forwards and takes hold of my hands in her own. Oh my god! Ah! Adorable. She leans in, her long fair lashes falling shut. Then, backlit by the moon, she brings her mouth to my own. She's kissing me. It's a soft, gentle kiss, full of affection that makes my heart flutter. This feels even more intimate than our earlier ritual when we pressed our bloodied palms together. There was something special. There was something a little pragmatic about it. About that, romantic though it was. It was just a means to an end, a way to keep Nerine in Omarishima for good. This, however, is different. It's softer and sweeter. There's no ulterior motive behind it. There's no reason for Nerine to kiss me, save for the fact she wants to. And as the kiss continues, I discover I want to kiss her too. I surrender myself to Narine's touches, swept up in feelings for her, feelings that are stronger than any I've ever had before. As in the distance, the waves continue to roll against the silver sandy shore. We reached credits part 2. There is a post-credits. Hey, she gets a school uniform. Ah, perfection.
Your miso soup is always so delicious, Shoko. It's so good I could eat 3, no 4 bowls of it myself. Easy peasy. It wouldn't even be a problem. It's delicious to the point that I wouldn't even mind bathing in it.
Well, I'm glad you like my miso soup so much, dear. But don't you think you're going a bit far?
she's definitely going too far. She's always like this when food's involved.
Thanos will return out of the ocean too, into the fire. Oh my god.
You say that, but I don't think I'm going far enough. In fact, that might not be such a bad idea. It's been a while since I went swimming, but bobbing about in a sea of miso soup might be kind of relaxing.
Girl, don't do that. That's fucking filthy.
In theory, maybe. Until you consider how much it'd smell. Now, are you gonna stop eating so we can get going? You already had seconds of everything apart from the fish. You keep eating like that, you'll make yourself ill. And you've already dropped rice all over your skirt. If Mr. Setoguchi sees that, he'll scold you.
Speaking of her uniform, it's a little funny that Nerine never wears her hat. She was so complimentary about the Misaki High uniform when she saw Misuzu wearing it. She claimed she would always wear the full thing herself if she got a chance. On Shoko bought Nerine a hat when she enrolled, she insisted, but she always winds up losing it, so she stopped wearing it pretty quickly. Narine's such an airhead.
Oh, Asuka, it'll be fine. My stomach's made out of iron. I can eat anything.
And your skirt?
I can just brush the rice off. It'll be fine, you worrywart, you.
Nerine giggles and nudges me in the side, her pointy elbow digging into my ribs. Ow.
Besides, I need to eat a lot. I'm a growing girl, and I'm always getting a lot of exercise in. The walk to and from school takes quite a while, and it does get pretty tiring going up and down all these hills. If I don't eat a lot of breakfast, I'd run out of energy before getting to class. Plus, I want to savor every last bite of my food. Shoko's cooking is too delicious for words.
I'm glad you appreciate my cooking so much, dear, but Asuka is right. You should probably get going now. It's already 8:30. If you don't hurry, you'll be late.
Oh, right, good point. I wouldn't mind having a third helping of your yummy miso soup. Nerine! But I wouldn't want to get on Mr. Setoguchi's bad side. He has such a short temper.
He always gets on my case if I'm even a minute late or two.
I don't envy you being stuck in his class.
I was hoping you'd end up with Miss Hanabishi like me. But I guess it's fortunate you wound up in my year to begin with, since you're a couple years older than I am. Did you have to pull some strings on Shoko?
Well, I might have fudged Narine's age a little. I thought it better for her to start in her first year, since she's never been to a school before. Though it is a bit sad she didn't end up in your homeroom class.
But it's okay. I'm happy simply being able to go to the same school as Asuka. We might not share any of the same classes, but we can always eat together. I think that's very special. Thank you so much, Shoko, for helping me, and thank you for making us breakfast every morning. It really is delicious.
Nerine giggles to herself as she follows me into the kitchen, her own hands laden with her dirty crockery. We both dump our bowls and plates into the sink, then return to the living room. We slip on our shoes on the veranda when my aunt calls to us. Have a good day at school, girls. Take care of yourselves.
I'll try. But if I can't, that's what Asuka's here for. I'm sure she'll keep a close eye on me.
That's my job, I guess. Just try not to make it too hard for me.
I tut, but I'm not really annoyed. Initially, I found Nerine a bit of a handful since she's such a bundle of energy, but I prefer the brightly smiling Nerine to the sad, scared one who is being pursued by Shoal. Since Shoal disappeared and Narine's gained a pair of legs, she's been incredibly upbeat, so much so I sometimes struggle to keep up with her. Narine's smiles are warmer than anything I've known, but I don't find her enthusiasm exhausting, not most of the time anyway. She always cheers me up when I'm feeling blue, not that I've been feeling blue at all that much lately in general. It's hard to be mopey when I'm with Nerine. She almost seems to repel misery. With our shoes on and our school bags slung over our shoulders, Nerine and I set off. Some time has passed since Nerine joined the family, and it's the beginning of September now. It's another gorgeous sunny day in Omorishima, however. We're heading into autumn, but it doesn't feel like it, not when the sun is so bright and there's the barest hint of a breeze. Construction work is still going on around the back of the inn, and several workers are walking back and forth, their shirts rolled up about their biceps and toolboxes in hands. I spy Marina amongst them, and I wave at her before I depart. A wave Marina returns with a chipper. Have a good day at school, girls!
We will!
Nerine and I set off down the gently sloping path which leads from the inn down to the town. A path which runs parallel with the sandy beach. The wind stirs my hair with each step I take, and the pleats of my skirt. When I inhale, I can smell the salty sea air on the tip of my tongue. The sky up ahead, meanwhile, is a peerless blue, almost completely devoid of clouds. Misuzu used to meet me at the top of this hill, just outside my aunt's inn, so we could walk to school together, but she's not been doing that recently. Since Narine's gained her legs and enrolled at Misaki High, Misuzu's been giving us a bit of space. We still walk to school together in a trio, but Misuzu typically meets us at the bottom of the hill, which leads to the school instead. It gives me a bit more time alone with Nerine, and I think that this might be easier for Misuzu too. I didn't realize it before, but she really was going out of her way, trudging all the way to the top of this hill just to wish me a good morning. She's been a good friend to me in general, even after the whole debacle with Shoal. It's clear she feels guilty about it, and she's been working hard to make it up to me. If Aunt Shoko had received any lasting injuries from her confrontation with Shoal, or if Nerine had been snatched away from me for good, I'd be less inclined to forgive her. As it is, however, Aunt Shoko has made a full recovery, and Narine's still with me. Nerine spends more time with me now, in fact, than ever before. Since she's an ordinary human without any asterisks, there's nothing stopping us from spending every single day together, something I do as a matter of course. I do enjoy being with her, even if her boundless energy is a little tiring. I don't want these cheerful days to end. That's what I find myself thinking, at least, as we descend down the hill, our souls slapping in unison against the road. But as we reach the beach, I find myself pausing. Nerine seems happy with her new life, but sometimes I do wonder.
Hey, Nerine?
What is it, Asuka? Is something wrong?
Oh, no, I wouldn't say anything's wrong exactly. I just wanted to know, you've been living in Omonishima for a couple months now, and I was wondering if you're still liking it. You don't feel homesick, do you?
I glance toward the ocean as I ask this question, and so does Nerine. The two of us stand there for a few moments, watching the azure waves lap against the golden sand. Overhead, a seagull calls. The breeze, meanwhile, stirs at our skirts, my hair. Nerine inhales for a few moments. I worry she's going to confirm all my worst fears, that she was acting too hastily when we made our vows on the beach, and she's not sure if this is the best for her after all. These doubts circulate through my head like hot air, making my insides twist.
Oh, Asuka, what sort of silly question is that?
Until Narine's bright smile washes my worries away in an instant.
I've been having a blast in Omonishima. Every single day is a lot of fun. Now I can go to school, I can hang out with other girls my age, and we can eat lunch together, and go clothes shopping or eat at the cafe. And that's not all. I'm learning lots and lots about culture here. I like watching your TV shows and listening to your music and reading your manga and eating your food. But most of all, I like being with you. This is what I want, and I've been very happy. Oh! But Mr. Setoguchi won't be happy if I'm late again. We need to get going.
Oh?
I whip my phone out of my skirt pocket, then gasp. Narine's right, we've been chatting for longer than I thought, and it's now 8:48. While school doesn't start until 9, we need to power walk the rest of the way if we want to get there before the bell rings. We set off pretty early, giving ourselves plenty of time, but we really have spent too long dawdling. How did we get so caught up?
Crap, you're right. We need to go. Sorry for getting all sentimental on you, Nerine. I didn't mean to waste so much of our time.
Oh, that's all right. I'm just glad that you care so much. But I don't want to upset Mr. Setoguchi.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Let's get going then.
Yeah. I'm right behind you, Asuka.
Well, she says that, but Narine's actually more athletic than I am, even though she's only had permanent legs for a couple of months. She's soon able to overtake me, laughing as she does. I hurry behind her, trying to keep pace and failing miserably. I might have been the one to suggest we get a move on, but I'm starting to regret it. I just wasn't made for running, especially not so early in the morning. It's hard work, but I don't want to keep Misuzu waiting for us any longer.
I'm going to catch up with you, Nerine. I won't let you beat me.
You're so silly, Asuka. I didn't know this was a competition.
Of course it is. Everything's a competition, and I'm not gonna lose.
I put more force into my legs, then try to dash on ahead as best I can. It doesn't really work since I'm not gaining much ground, but I don't mind. In this moment, as I run alongside Nerine with the wind in our hair, I feel more free than I have in a long time. There's nobody to try to come between me and Nerine now. Together, we're going to keep striding on ahead to see what else the world holds.
Alright then, let's see who can tag Misuzu first. I can see her just over there.
Oh, you're on, and you're going down too. I'm not about to lose to a mermaid. I do have some pride.
That's ex-mermaid to you. I have legs of my own, and they're way stronger than yours.
Well, we'll see about that.
And I don't think there's anything in the world more wonderful than that.
Guys, we've done it. After scuff, we have finally made it to the end.
Oh, man.
That was such a cute game. It was such a cute visual novel, too. I enjoyed it so much. That means I need to find a replacement. But I think I already know which one I'm gonna be doing next. What I'm gonna be playing next in this slot. But first, let me exit out of the game and let me go to free talk. Be doing yaoi next. No, next is actually going to be something I planned on doing. Where is it? I believe it's actually at the top. Further up. No, it's further down. There we go. We're going to be doing a little visual novel called Zato, or Zato. I love the world and everything in it. This was one I found. I was really interested in the art of it. And it seems interesting. This is a little. It is a little bit of a horror one. I don't usually do horror, but it's psychological horror, so maybe it'll be okay. I say that nervously. I like how I said I don't do horror and I'm immediately playing a psychological horror game. Yeah, no, the art looks really nice. It's a mystery, it's philosophical. Let me just read these tags to you. Visual novel, mystery, philosophical, psychological horror, female protagonist, atmospheric, free to play, story rich, indie, 2D, anime, LGBT, Q+, hell yeah, linear, text based, psychedelic. What the fuck that means, I don't know. Single player, sci-fi, adventure, pixel graphics, great soundtrack. So yeah. If it was gore, I think there would be a label for it, but I'm very interested in it. My friend Navi actually has played this before and recommended that and did recommend it to me when I said I got in the game. So we're gonna be doing that. Female protagonist, it's fucking it's great, and I'm so ready. So next time we're going to be starting Zato, so I hope you look forward to that. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today. I will be remaking the rooms so we can actually have streams that work. So you're gonna see me do some swapping about after stream with the current rooms that we have. So we can have streams that have zero lag. And hopefully everything works out. Thanks for tonight, Shiro. I'm glad that tonight was good and after everything's resolved. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm glad I also figured out what the issue was. That it's because I made the rooms over the old network and it like fucked up the encoding or whatever. So, yay. Alright, next stream though, these streams are going to still happen on the same days. Next stream is going to be God Eater on the 6th. We're at part 31, and we're continuing the game. I really don't know what's going to happen next in God Eater Resurrection, but we're approaching the end, I believe, so I could put a new game into that slot. I don't know what I'll put in its place, though. There's a few things I could do. What could I do? God Eater. I could do God Eater too. I think though I want to do a little break from God Eater, just like I do with like a lot of the other series games that I do, just because it gives me a mental break from it. But Mana, I could do Monster Hunter. Though I know, weren't you, Stolf, weren't you looking forward to a SAO game that was coming out soon? Maybe I could stream that. What if I streamed an SAO game? Yes. July 9th. What is it? I think I have it on my wish list actually. It's the where the fuck is it? Is it, yeah, Echoes of Aincrad? Is that the one? Because I have it on my wish list. Yeah, Echoes of Aincrad. Yeah, I saw it and it actually looked really nice. So it's a Souls-like, so we can once again go back into the Souls-like shit and suffer. But yeah, maybe I'll do it on stream. Who knows? I've been holding off on Alicization for like forever now and have been looking for an excuse to watch it. SAO is an interesting thing. I like it, and then definitely, I don't think it's the most masterful piece of art in the world, but I do like it. I love the world building and the setting of SAO too. Just like the game worlds are really interesting and unique. Watch it now. Alicization was great. I did enjoy Alicization. But yeah, no, maybe I will play this. I definitely am interested in it. It's on my wish list. It's a game that I might play in the future. Granted, it is literally happening right now. Oh yeah, technically, I remember seeing that Twitter account for SAO that like tracks the real events, and it's like all the SAO events that were in the anime and like the light novels and stuff would be happening now, and it's so cool just to see. It was so cool to see that Twitter account just update with all the like information and stuff. Whoa. Hello? Okay. I think my computer's trying to die now. Hold on. My frames are dropping a little bit. Oh Jesus. Hello, model? Are you good? Okay. Okay. Oh, stream disappeared, but I'm back. Okay. Yeah, no. Okay, that wasn't just my imagination. But yeah. I'll definitely put Echoes of Aincrad in my playlist for something I can do for stream. What else? What else did I plan on playing for stream? Well, anyways, though, I'll do more future planning later. Once I finish God Eater Resurrection. No, we're still not done with the game. But anyways, yeah, we have God Eater on Monday and then Vesperia on Friday. So do look forward to that. And yeah, anyways, that'll be it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I will see you guys in the next one. Otsushiro! See ya!